One of the things that was most impressive about Brazil is that once you start taking people off the field, and then the guys that are coming on the field, some of those guys would be automatically the best player in a lot of the teams that are in this tournament right now. And yet they're coming off the bench for Brazil.
And then when they scored the first goal, they kept on going. Where the other team normally drop a little bit, get the position of the ball, they finished the game. They were really impressive today.
Fala pessoal, tudo bem? A repercussão da vitória do Brasil sobre a Sérvia continua na mídia internacional e a gente continua trazendo os comentários feitos lá fora sobre a nossa seleção. A gente sabe que Neymar e Danilo estão fora da primeira fase da Copa do Mundo depois de se machucarem aí no jogo contra a Sérvia. Nossos piores pesadelos aconteceram. Você acha que Dani Alves vai jogar, vai assumir a posição ali de lateral direito? Ou vem Militão por aí, pelo menos contra a Suíça? Se o Brasil já se classificar, o Dani pode aparecer. Deixa aí a sua opinião, porque é bem legal a gente interagir. Agora, vamos acompanhar então o que disseram os gringos da ESPN FC. Antes, um recado muito importante para você. Você sabia que você pode levar um carro raro, incrível, relíquia mesmo para sua casa, gastando quase nada? Isso mesmo, eu te apresento a Retornar. Ela cria conteúdos automotivos e também sorteia prêmios incríveis como esses aí que a gente está vendo. Se você quer saber mais, quer participar, quer ser o próximo ganhador de um desses carros incríveis, faz o seguinte, aponta para o QR Code aqui na tela ou então clica no primeiro link na descrição e pronto, você vai descobrir como participar e como ganhar um carrão desse. Agora bora pro vídeo.
Ali, how impressed were you with Brazil today?
Okay.
Well, I thought that first half, it was the classic performance of a team who's just getting going in the World Cup, just trying to figure some things out. Okay, we're going to be solid defensively. I thought Casemiro was really good, not only in the first half, but throughout the course of the game. And then Brazil just slowly but surely started working their way through Serbia. Now, Serbia, very well positioned defensively, very well organized, spaces were tight, physically very imposing, going on the challenge, 50-50 challenges. You knew that they were there to compete, but eventually Brazil and Brazil's quality took over. It could have been earlier in the first half had Rafinha taken advantage of an opportunity that he had, but then eventually in the second half, what we saw is the variety of Brazil. Without Vinicius having been splendid, without Neymar having been outstanding, Brazil still scored 2 goals and could have scored more in the second half. And I thought that something that we have talked about time and time again with Brazil coming into this World Cup. One of the things that was most impressive about Brazil is that once you start taking people off the field, and then the guys that are coming on the field, some of those guys would be automatically the best player in a lot of the teams that are in this tournament right now. And yet they're coming off the bench for Brazil. There are so many options, so many opportunities to come for all sorts of different players with all sorts of different styles. And then Richarlison, who we have to highlight the second goal. What a finish that was. Now, in terms of the first touch, not so great. The second touch was perfect. And game, set, match. Brazil get off to a good start.
They really got going in that second half. They were so impressive.
Yes, and we always talk about the consistency of a game and some players, and it's what they did. They worked hard the first half, but the Serbians, they were there to stop them, and they did well. But they kept on going, and they kept on trying to find a solution to score a goal. And the second half, it happened because I think the Serbian couldn't take it anymore. And that's what it is. When you face a very strong team, they're going to find you, try to find your weaknesses, and they're going to work on that, and they're going to find another solution. People are coming from the bench, and they're going to put another power on it because they have a squad. It happened what we expect from every big teams. What we wanted to see about Argentina. It can be hard because who you are facing have qualities, and but you have to find, because you're supposedly better than them, the way to score goals. It was Brazil did. And then when they scored the first goal, they kept on going. Where the other team normally drop a little bit, get the position of the ball, they finished the game. They were really impressive today.
Yeah, very impressive indeed. They made the most of the space that was afforded them. It's kind of a perfect start for them in the sense that it's just getting that momentum going.
And I think the momentum comes so much from the attitude. And, you know, the guys talked about how it kind of built in the crescendo of then taking players on, creating chances, and then finally taking advantage of the chances they created. But it all started from the right attitude from the very beginning. And obviously, when we moved to Pablo, you can ask him if Argentina had the right attitude in the match the other day. But I mean, but that's the part of it. It's the part when you're the favorite, when you're one of the big boys, and you're going against a side that the world thinks you should beat. The attitude has to be right first, and then let your talent showcase. And Brazil got it right.
Pablo, defensively going up against this Brazil attack, it's just going to be a nightmare. We saw the struggles that Serbia had because you've got Vinicius Jr., you've got Neymar, Rafinha, Richarlison. How do you try and handle them all?
Well, Brazil have so much quality up front. I mean, they have wonderful players. And defensively, when you face them, you have to do almost a perfect game. You have to be very aggressive. Then you have to keep that defensive shape very compact and narrow. Don't give them any space because they can produce a moment of magic and any of them can score great goals. So, you know, this is what we've been talking about Brazil. Up front, they have so many options. Okay, Neymar could be injured. I don't know how long. Hopefully, not too long because we want to see all the best players in this World Cup. But then they have Gabriel Jesus. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's we didn't see it.
Yes, this is what I okay. Next question, Dan.
Can Brazil win the World Cup without Neymar?
Yes, they can. And the reason I say that is while we can focus on the depth of Brazil in the attack, which would be the obvious answer to your question, you give all these players an option to actually have an opportunity to impact the game, and they can impact the game. I don't want to focus on that so much. I want to focus on the fact that while it is easy to see Brazil attacking and all that talent, what I thought was really outstanding from Brazil today is their ability to continue to press and counter-press. The fact that they were on top of Serbia, and whenever Serbia got possession of the ball and then tried to play out, Brazil was right there to win the ball right back. That balance and that ability to win the ball right back puts Brazil in a different category altogether. It's only a few teams around the world that are able to do this and do it well. Brazil is doing it and is doing it together, and then the attacking part takes over. Neymar is an important part to this team, a critical part to this team. But I think it's a part of this team that they're going to be able to address his absence. They have done it before. They have won Copa America without Neymar when he got injured with his foot and was not able to compete in Brazil. They won that Copa America without Neymar. So there's an experience here for this team in having played a tournament where people don't expect them to win because Neymar is not on the field, and then they're able to push through. It's not ideal. It's not what you would want. But can they do it with this group of players and the mentality of this group and how together this group is right now? I think they're capable.
E aí, o que você acha? Você acha que o Brasil, sem Neymar, vamos supor que a lesão dele seja mais grave do que a gente imagina, tomara que não, mas você acha que o Brasil tem condições de vencer a Copa do Mundo sem o Neymar? De repente colocando o Rodrigo, um Everton Ribeiro, algum outro jogador ali no meio de campo, quem sabe o Bruno Guimarães, solta mais o Paquetá? Deixa aí a sua opinião, é muito importante pra gente. E se sua preocupação está mesmo na lateral direita, com a ausência do Danilo, você acha que não, que o Militão pode ir bem por ali, ou o próprio Dani Alves pode dar conta do recado a partir das oitavas de final? Estou torcendo, claro, todos estamos, para que Neymar volte logo, Danilo também volte logo. Quero saber a sua opinião e logo mais a gente volta com mais informações a respeito da seleção brasileira e a repercussão desse jogo aqui no Seleção do Mundo. Um abraço, até o próximo vídeo.